Hey there, Internet. So you know that old adage, don't judge a book by its cover? I want to add an amendment to that. You also shouldn't judge it by its size. I have read books that are hundreds of pages long and I've flown through them. But it goes both ways. I've also read quite a few books that are short in size, but really, really long in terms of content. Sure, it's got a low page count, but it's actually much more daunting and maybe even much more of an accomplishment when I finally finish reading the stinking thing. So today, I'm talking about the longest short books I've ever read. First up is Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. This is the story about a man who travels to Africa in search of a lost ship's captain. And he eventually finds him, and he finds that this man has gone mad and is crazy racist. I had to read this book in high school, and for the life of me, I really couldn't have told you what it was about if I hadn't gone to class and had discussions and read Spark Notes. It was one of those stories where I understood each of the words individually, but when you put them in that particular order, I could get to the bottom of a page and not be able to tell you what that page was about. Next up, the book that I am actually currently reading is The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. This book is super thin. It clocks in at a really unintimidating 141 pages. Like the title suggests, it is the story of a man who is only referred to as the time traveler who has built a time machine. He's gone very far into the future for a total of 8 days and is recollecting his story to a few fellow scientists. I'm only about halfway through, but still, it's only 140 pages. I've been reading this thing now for a week. I can only take this book a few pages at a time, really no more than 10. Otherwise, I find myself getting dizzy and bored, and it's not that the writing is necessarily complicated. It's not that the ideas are complex. I just have a hard time hanging in there. But I don't want this video to be just a series of complaints. There are some books that are short that I've mastered and I feel really accomplished for having read them. Actually, one of my favorite books that I have ever read is Virginia Woolf's A Room of One's Own. This is actually a collection of essays based on a series of speeches she gave at colleges, and it's talking about the need for women to have a literal and metaphorical place in the world of writing, which at the time, and even kind of today, is largely dominated by men. This is considered a really feminist piece of writing. I actually got it when I was on vacation, and it wasn't exactly a light holiday read, but it was empowering and inspiring. It was also quite a bit of a challenge because, like all of Virginia Woolf's writing, this is written in stream of consciousness. You start out with an idea, and by the time you get to the end, you've gone through 4 different essays, and I'm not quite sure how she was able to weave them all together, but she's Virginia Woolf. She did it, and she did it brilliantly. So basically, I guess my point of this is that size doesn't always matter. You can read big books that are total fluff. You can read tiny books that pack a punch. Don't be intimidated by size, but also don't be fooled by tiny page counts. All my usual links are down below. Comments are always welcome, and that's it for me for now. Take care. Bye! In addition to The Time Machine, I'm currently reading Life in Motion by Misty Copeland. And if you like what you've seen here today, please like and please subscribe for more.